Now, one thing that many people that are watching right now would like to do, and hopefully maybe that's you as well, is to lose a little bit of weight. To do that, of course, we should eat a very healthy diet. We should eat proper fruit, really good vegetables, lots of organic, healthy meats, and so on and so forth. Cut down on too much bread, pasta, and rice, too many carbohydrates, and we should exercise a lot more. But would it be nice if there was something that you could take that helped you on that journey?
Steve, it would be amazing. I think everybody's dream come true, wouldn't it? Just to have something that does what it says on the box, instead of all these yo-yo diets that we all do. I think you've got something for us, haven't you, in your range?
I mean, we have a collection of great multivitamins and minerals. We're going to have by end of July lots of natural hair products, natural sun care products, and natural skin products. We've got coconut, this, that, and the other coming out, which is amazing. But if you said you've got to pick just one, and with my gemstone world, people say, "What's your favorite gemstone?" I said, I really find it hard to pick just one. But if I had to just pick one product that we have, not even the book, I love the book. I've invested a lot of my life into writing that book, certainly the last 3 years non-stop, but even more than the book.
This is your baby, isn't it?
My baby is Slimshotz, because there's a lot of products out there that say they can help you slim. Can they legally claim, though, that they have any ingredients that help you slim? And the answer is no. There is only one ingredient in Europe anyway, different in America, different in Australia. In Europe, there is only one ingredient that you can put in something that the EU now agree, through the European Food Standard Agency, helps you assist weight loss. And that's called glucomannan, which is this plant here. It is the roots of the glucomannan. The glucomannan is from this plant actually is called the Konjak plant from Japan and Asia. And in the roots, there's this fiber. It's a soluble fiber, which is viscous. And I'm just going to jump straight in and show you what this looks like from the very, very, very beginning. Every box has 21, and in each sachet, the number one ingredient we have here in terms of weight, just poured a bit on myself, in terms of weight and ingredients is glucomannan. Now, glucomannan is a fiber. It's a viscous fiber. And if we put some water in with this,
it smells lovely.
It does smell great, doesn't it?
Gorgeous.
That's the cherry powder. So if we were to leave that, in fact, we might leave it for a moment, that will go completely solid within about 5 or 6 minutes. You drink it before it goes solid.
Kind of like a gel substance, isn't it?
It will go like a jelly. And depending on the room temperature, how long exactly it takes, and it also depends on how much water you put in there, but it'll go like a jelly. What this has the ability to do is to absorb more than 50 times its weight in water inside the stomach. So it expands. So once you've drank that, you put a bit more water in, have another glass of water, and it expands. What that does, because it's fiber, it sends a message to the brain that says, I'm full. Now, hormones, it's one of the reasons why carbs are, in my opinion, something we need to cut down on. Carbs are one of the few things that this hormone called leptin, they have this mismarriage. And in the book I explain why. It's actually through evolution why there's a hormone that tells us we're full. There's a hormone called ghrelin that tells us we're hungry. We try and ignore him a little bit now and again, because if we can, great things happen in the body. But leptin is the hormone that tells us we're full, and that tells us to slow down eating or to stop eating. It works great with fat, it works great with protein, it works brilliantly with fiber, but sugars trick it into eating more and more. That's why when you eat a roll or a carb
and they get addictive, don't they?
They do, indeed, sadly. So what this does is this will send, once it's in the stomach, that's why you drink it about half an hour before a meal, it sends a signal to the brain via this hormone called leptin, say, hey, I've been fed. So when it then comes to eating your meal, you just don't want to eat so much. It's almost like nature's gastric band, if you want.
I love the idea of that.
So it's kind of gelling up already.
So that would, of course, then help you prevent from snacking or eating, your big, huge dinners, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So lots of chats backwards and forwards with the European Food Standard Agency and people that that know all that stuff. I'm not actually allowed to say it's a meal replacement. But you're right, maybe a snack. Maybe you were just about to reach out for that chocolate bar or that packet of crisps, and you go, hang on, whoa, the book, Steve always talked about don't eat a little bit often, just concentrate on your main meals so you can get your repair cycle going. So, okay, I'm not going to have that snack. I'm going to pour myself one of these, and maybe it will stop you from snacking. So personally, because I only eat one meal a day anyway, and you have to take 3 of these a day, I'll explain why in a little bit. So I take 2 whenever I feel like, oh, I'm going to pack a crisp, or I'm going to, just stop it. Yeah. And then I take my last one before I have my big meal. Again, it stops me taking too many calories. But there's good reasons why you need to take 3 a day, because not only does this help us lose weight by telling us that we're full and acting like this growing sponge inside, it also helps to reduce the bad cholesterol, LDL, once we go over a certain amount of grams per day. And that number of grams means you take 3 of these a day. It's proven. It's another clinical sort of proven fact. We can make this claim, an EFSA claim, that as long as you're taking more than X amount of grams, which equates to 3 of these a day, it helps to lower the not so good LDL cholesterol.
And that's why you sort of take this every day, isn't it?
Well, it's one of the reasons. My main reason for taking it every day is that soluble fiber feeds the microbiome. So the great big thing with fiber, it literally comes in, stays in the stomach and the intestines for a while, and then comes out the back passage without actually doing that much, other than acting as this great place for the microbiome. It's when you talk about insoluble fibers, soluble fibers, like glucomannan, like inulin that we've got in here as well. We've got the 2 different fibers in here. It's the feeding ground for the good bacteria. Right. It's what we call a prebiotic. So we all know how important probiotics are these days, whether it be a supplement or whether it be, like a live yogurt, or whether it be, any fermented food. You've got to get the gut bacteria, the good bacteria, but they need to eat something. And what they love is soluble fiber. So one of the reasons I take it, and take it lots and lots and lots, one is historically I have had high LDL. I still occasionally fancy a bit more to eat than I should have. So I'm still trying to maintain my weight at the moment. Cholesterol, LDL, but mainly for the fiber. In fact, there's a great Dr. Shan Hussein, who we did an interview with recently. You may have watched the interview on our website or any of our social media. He runs he's a doctor, he's got his own surgery in Nottingham, wrote this brilliant book. And it hit home when I interviewed him. He said, what about this on fiber? He says, okay, fiber is found in all plant-based foods and is regarded as an essential component of our diet. Correct. But the body does not absorb it. So it doesn't absorb it as such. So you can have fiber as much as you want in terms of weight gain. It'll never happen because you don't absorb any of it.
So it doesn't necessarily...
There's no calories.
Right.
Zilch calories, because you don't absorb it. It just stays in the stomach. So this is the bit I like. A recent study shows that a high fiber diet, 35 grams a day, that is quite high. That's quite high. I don't think many of us are there. Lowered the risk of dying from cardiovascular disease by as much as 54%.
Incredible.
In half. It cuts down the chances of dying of cardiovascular disease in half if you get plenty of fiber in your diet. And we don't get enough fiber in our diet these days.
Why do you think that is?
Because of the food we're eating. You look at, he says at the very beginning, we get it from plant-based foods. So all the bread and all the carbs we eat this is grain. This is not plant. We're not eating as much greens and vegetables as we should be.
So if people say, well, I have enough bran in my diet, it's still not sufficient.
Bran. Let's talk about that another day, because for me that's not very primal. Yes, I mean there's an area of getting fiber, but you have to also say, what does that bran break down to when it's inside the body on top of the fiber? So yes, you could, but
this is one of the ways.
This is one way. More green vegetables is what I would recommend. So it cuts the chance of dying from cardiovascular disease by 54%. That's in half, and also lowers the risk of death from all causes, in other words, other than natural causes, by 37%. So by a third. So we need more fiber in our diet. And certainly in America, I don't know what the stats are for the UK, but in America they say they're at an all-time low in history of fiber consumption, and they're at an all-time high of obesity. So it kind of goes hand in hand. You want to lose weight, you got to get more fiber in your diet. It's not necessarily the fiber in here that helps us lose weight, but maybe that's a byproduct. What the fiber does here, because of the type of fiber it is, it's viscous fiber, it swells up to 50 times its size inside the stomach.
Is that why you feel that fullness? Because this is expanding, taking up a lot of space in your stomach, so there's only a little bit left for food, for you to consume food.
That's exactly what it's all about. A, there's less room, but B, it's sending that signal that I am getting full signal, the hormone that we call leptin, up to the brain. Up to the brain, and it's saying, I have had plenty to eat. This is really amazing, okay? Because you go through the whole list of all the different ingredients and all of the different foods that we have. This is the first ingredient that the EU, through EFSA, the European Food Standard Agency, have said aids weight loss. It's the only ingredient.
It's almost certified, isn't it, that this is what it says it is. This is going to happen. And I think that's what people are...
Well, yeah, you're right. It is going to happen, but they have to use the word aids weight loss, because if you took this and just snacked all day long as well still, and you didn't do any exercise, then, lifestyle's always first. Lifestyle first. Get those carbs right down. You want to lose weight. I didn't start with this. This is more recently. I've lost my weight by cutting the carbs down and walking more. Most people think I must be in the gym all the time. I'm not. I do 1 or 2 hours a week in the gym, but I walk a lot more places now than I ever used to walk. Get out and I enjoy the fresh air. Spend more times in the garden, in the garden with the kids, out and about. Cut the carb. Mine all came off when I started to cut the carbs down, but now I find it much easier to maintain with this. So it's exercise and diet first. But here is something, an ingredient clinically proven to help to aid. There's the word, aid weight loss.
It's incredible. I've been taking Slimshotz quite recently, as has everybody else in the building. It is fantastic, and I have to say from personal experience, and I have to say this, and I'm a great believer, if something that's working, you've got to get the word out there. And I started it. About 4 days now. Today's my 4th day. It is brilliant. I'm very skeptical about things like this. I am a massive cliche in yo-yo dieting, and I've taken those Slim teas. I'm sure you have all heard of them. But this is something that I feel great on still. I'm sleeping well. I feel focused. I feel I'm a big snacker.
So Kim was with us 4 days ago when we launched the product. We had about 60 people turn up to the launch of Slimshotz. We were in a golf club and we talked through all the ingredients, and we set everybody a challenge to go and take it for a week and see how you get on. All the feedback so far has been absolutely fabulous. And what I think surprises most people is about how great it tastes. And it's so there are other now. We're not the first. We certainly won't be the last, because Glucomannan is recognised now to work. So we won't be the first. We're not the last. There's another couple of competitors out there. Both the two I've seen so far, they've got artificial sweeteners in there. So you might be losing weight, but are you damaging the microbiome at the same time? What we've done here is we've got literally 5 ingredients, and that's it. 5 core ingredients. We've got the glucomannan. We've got the inulin, which is another insoluble.
It's a bit of a mouthful.
I can never get my solubles and insolubles right. It's another fiber that dissolves in water. So a bit like this. And again, we believe this helps the microbiome. We've added vitamin C, so every time you take one, you're getting some vitamin.
It's fully loaded with vitamin
C. Well, we put vitamin C and zinc in, and the reason we put this vitamin and this mineral is they're both associated with reducing fatigue and tiredness. And we thought, well, look, if people are going to start losing weight, so they're going on a bit of diet, they won't be eating as much. Never crash diet, because that's probably not sensible, but they're not eating as much. So they're not eating as much. If their body is used to a certain amount of calories every single day, because they've maybe been overindulging in the past on carbs and sweets and chocolates and all these things, then maybe what we do is we put a vitamin in here that's known, vitamin C, and a mineral, zinc, for reducing tiredness, fatigue. And that's pretty much it. Plus we've got the flavouring in there. Flavouring comes from stevia. Stevia is a natural plant. No artificial sweeteners, no sugar, right? This is stevia, totally natural plant.
I'm telling you, it smells
which
amazing.
Gives us the sweetness.
It's
And then we've got a cherry powder in there to give us the wonderful flavour.
It's incredible, and it says on the packaging as well to ensure that you drink this with a substantial amount of water. Now, there is a real importance to that, isn't there? To just make sure that you're hydrated when you're taking this. And
so you definitely need to take some water with it. You take the water in it as it is, because that's how you put about the size of I hate to say this on television, but about the size of, nobody knows what 150, I can't, maybe you can, but I can't visualise 150 ml. It's about the size of a large glass of wine.
Do you know, I found that so funny, and it says it on the packaging as well, believe it or not. But it's brilliant because you look in your cupboard at home and you think, right, how much water? And we all can't, sometimes can't be bothered to get the measuring jug out. You get a glass of wine, you pour it in, and there you go.
So about 150 mils of water, about the size of a glass of wine, and then after that, if you can have another one or two, that's really going to make it expand and expand and expand. And I said earlier on how it would turn into a jelly. So if at home, look, you can see there, look, that is now very, 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 very jelly. And most people will want to consume it before that. I mean, I quite enjoy it any way I can get it, but.
I mean, Steve takes this every single day for so many different reasons because there's so many benefits. It's not just a weight loss supplement, a program or anything like that. It's got so much more. It's like your vitamin C, you said, your zinc, the fact that it helps the cholesterol as well. It's so much to it. And it's
so zinc helps us feeling less tired, but also for ladies, we very much, the reason why it's 75% pink is we know that there'll probably be more ladies taking this than gents, but it's also applicable for the gents. So we put a gentleman on the back there. But what's one thing that us ladies really want? Us ladies, you ladies really want, should I say? You want hair, skin, and nails to look good. Well, zinc is really well known for its ability to maintain really nice, maintain your hair, skin, and nails. Also, zinc is good for cognitive functions and for metabolism and all sorts of things. So we've got zinc, we've got vitamin C, they're in there. But the key thing is this almost magical ingredient by Mother Nature called glucomannan from the Konjak plant. That's a mouthful. Glucomannan Konjak plant. So we've trademarked something called Gluco-K to make it easy. It's going to call Gluco-K. We've called it Slimshotz with the Z. We've got that registered as slimshotz.com, but we're not going to use it for now. This is going to really, really, really help you if you're serious about losing weight. Got to do all those things that are right first. Cut down those carbs, start walking more, drink more water, get a good night's sleep. A good night's sleep, believe it or not, helps you lose weight. Especially if you have a good night's sleep and the room's a little bit cold, because it's a little bit cold, the body has to burn more calories to bring the temperature of the body up. So if you can sleep in a colder room, that's great. I'll talk about hypothermia. That's dangerous. I'm not saying, Steve's not saying go and freeze yourself like I did at the North Pole. I mean, my doctor got frostbite when I was at the North Pole.
Reading in your book,
so I'm not saying that. I'm just saying have the room a little bit colder. Helps lose weight. Get a good night's sleep. Good night's sleep is called beauty sleep for a good reason. Our skin cells regenerate more when we're asleep than when we're awake. So good night's sleep. Drink lots and lots of water because water itself helps you feel a little bit fuller. So water, sleep, sunshine. Avoid stress. Stress helps put on weight, believe it or not. Eat a healthy diet, really healthy diet. Try go organic where you can, and then get Slimshotz because this sponge effect.
I love it.
It's just, I'm just so excited.
I just want to ask as well. I mean, I've got loads of questions here from family and friends at home, honestly, that because I've been taking Slimshotz, they're like, what about this? What about this? What about that?
Fire away any questions.
Do you have to take 3 a day, first of all? This is for my auntie. Do you have to take 3 a day?
Okay. We can't ever say you have to anything.
Of course.
But the benefit to cholesterol needs more than 4 grams a day. So for us to say to you at home, it can help lower your cholesterol, we have to say you have to take more than 4 grams a day. And in ours, you need to do 3 to take more than 4 grams per day.
Okay, so if
you're trying to lower cholesterol, you need all 3.
That's it, perfect. And also, what is the most beneficial way to get the best out of these Slimshotz?
So if you're mainly taking it for the weight loss benefits, you take it before a meal, and there's no rules like exactly half hour before. Don't panic if you're a little bit later or a bit earlier. Somewhere between an hour and a half hour before, get it in there because we need to see. You just saw how long it took to sort of set into a gel.
Okay,
so that that's how long it took to take to a gel. That was a good sort of 5 or 10 minutes. And also, you're then going to take more water to make it expand even more. So that a good half hour before a meal would be a great way to go, or before you're about to go and have a snack in the canteen at work.
And if people at home, you want some Primal Recipes, where can they go to find those as well?
So Primal Recipes, go to primalcure.com. We've got a load of recipes from how to replace carbohydrates at breakfast through to some really healthy snacks, and healthy snacks. You can snack if you need to snack, but we can show you on our website how to do it healthy. Or do follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, where every Friday we have Freebie Fridays. Freebie Fridays, we give a hamper of goodies away, vitamins and minerals to one person every week. So follow us on all the modern stuff these days. But if you want to lose some weight, do all the right things, but definitely get some Slimshotz. Yeah,
if you're going to get any, make sure you get
I want another one already.
I want one as well. Can you pour me one too?
You're working. I'm not working.
They are. And as you said, Steve, this is, hardly even moving now. So I think it's really important just to reiterate what Steve said about make sure you do eat after, half an hour, 45 minutes once taking them, because, you're really going to get the full potential, aren't you, of it expanding.
Yeah, if you had this just minutes before a meal, it's going to be in your stomach, all right? So maybe some of the other benefits will be there. But what you're not going to have then is giving it a chance to expand and to grow. So the real benefits of getting this to expand inside the stomach, it holds 50 times its weight in water, which is just amazing.
Wow, and look at that. It's just, again, sort of with the water.
That's the half a glass. That's the half a glass I've still got. But I just love it and just think it tastes lovely. It's just everything. And, there are other slimming products out there, but there's not one that's, if it's got glucomannan, that's fine. But if it hasn't got glucomannan, there's not actually an ingredient in there that is approved in the UK to say that ingredient helps you lose weight. Nothing proven. Now, some of them get away with it with meal replacements. But I'm talking about an ingredient. And don't get me wrong, we've got half a dozen of the slimming products ourselves that work in other ways, like increasing metabolism and so on and so forth. And they're all great too. Especially for those that don't like drinks. We've got a thermogenic product. We've got a Slim Naturally product. We've got our 3 Born to be Slims. And some people take this. I expect they're going to take this and a few of those products as well, depending on how much you want to lose and how you want to go about losing it. But if you want to start somewhere, this is just a magic gift from nature. It
certainly is. And of course, with this product, I think have the confidence to know that it has been, EU commissioned, because as you said, a lot of because of that ingredient.
EU commissioned. They haven't commissioned the product, but they've commissioned the reports. Yeah.
So I think that just gives you a level of confidence that when you are taking something like this, you really can lose weight if you want to, because like you said, it's a lot to do with your lifestyle, your diet, your environment and things like that. So you really can get as much as you want out of this supplement, I believe.
Yeah. Like everything in life, there is no quick solution to a massive turnaround, but you have to start somewhere. So if you're a little bit overweight, you have to start somewhere. The best advice I can give you, I've been there myself. I was obese a few years back. The first thing you got to do is say, well, what's causing it? What was certainly causing it for me, and what I wrote a lot about in the book, is too many carbohydrates. It's not fat that makes us fat. Quality fat, we've survived on it since mankind. That's why I wrote the book Primal Cure. We need, it's good to get quality fats. Avocados have fat in them, coconut have fat, breast milk has fat. So you can't get away from good quality fats. What makes us put on weight though is sugar. Sugar is what puts on weight. Full stop, period. I've interviewed so many doctors for my book and for these programs, and they all agree it is sugar that turns our body, our fat stores not fat. So you've got to cut down on sugar. Sadly, bread, pasta, rice, they're all carbohydrates. They all eventually turn into sugar inside the body. Too much sugar that you don't use has to get stored. Now, what we can do is cut down the sugar and increase our fiber. Now, if we increase our fiber, we don't put any weight on with fiber. It comes in, we don't digest it, sits in our stomach first, then into small intestines, then into our large intestines, and there it does so much good for the body. But one of the main things it does, it feeds the good gut bacteria. And we're starting to learn now through science that this is something that we really need to take a lot more seriously, the health of our gut, and so on and so forth. So we need more fiber. We need to get out and walk a little bit more. If you're not getting out much, try if you can. And, it's not possible for everybody. Some people are not able to go out and walk.
I mean, you say you only go to the gym a couple of hours a week?
Yep. No, literally that. 2 hours a week I'm in the gym because I do a lot more walking, so I'm out and walking quite a lot. I'm moving a lot more than I used to. I don't use the car everywhere now. If I'm in London, I don't use the tube as much as I used to. Try and walk as much as you can. Some great examples from some very inspirational people. Steve Jobs used to walk lots and lots and lots. My good friend Richard Branson. Or if I have a meeting with Richard, it's almost never in an office. Almost never.
That's awesome.
He'll grab you. In fact, when Richard had Virgin Media, they built him an office in the corner of his room. They built him an office in the corner of his room at Virgin Media, and he went, I don't want it. What built me an office for? I don't want an office. Yeah, he loves to just walk everywhere. So walk as much as you can, get out, eat healthily, and then if you are trying to lose weight, then this could be something in addition to living healthily. And the main thing here, it's the first ingredient, the first, and currently the only ingredient that the EU has certified that aids and helps weight loss. I find that quite incredible. We won't be the first, well, we're not the first, there's a couple of other products out there. We're the first that's there with completely natural ingredients, no artificial sweeteners. We've also put this with inulin, which is another useful fiber that's good for our guts. We've also included vitamin C in there, so every time you take a sachet, you've got vitamin C. You've also got zinc in there to help reduce tiredness and fatigue, but it's also good for maintaining healthy nails, skin, and hair. This is such an amazing way to start your journey of getting your weight down and regaining natural health. Full of fiber, and as we heard, as I explained earlier on from a great book from Dr. Shan, it's so important we put more fiber back into our diet. And in fact, if you ask me what the single difference between the diet of my friends, the Maasai in Kenya and Tanzania, is to us, you say, well, they eat a lot more meats, that's one thing, but they have got so much fiber in their diet, so much fiber. Well, what is our product here? This is a fruity, berrylicious, I call it, because it's a fruity, berrylicious drink that tastes gorgeous, tastes beautiful. You take 3 of these a day. It helps reduce your LDL cholesterol, lowers the cholesterol because of the glucomannan, clinically proven to assist with weight loss. And we need all the help we can get sometimes. So get out, walk more, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy life, but also enjoy your Slimshotz.
Want to lose weight naturally? Spicy foods such as chilies, black pepper, and even milder sweet peppers contain capsaicin, a key natural ingredient to help increase thermogenesis. But if you're not the sort of person who likes to eat hot, spicy foods every single day, and you want to shed weight, then Thermogenic Fat Burner is just for you. It contains vitamin B6, which also contributes towards protein and glycogen metabolism. Ideally, taken before a main meal, Primal Thermogenic has been designed for those who want to lose weight by increasing the rate at which the body burns calories. Our environment and the food we eat has changed more over the past 100 years than over the past 1 million, and there are more people suffering with preventable illnesses than ever. So much for progress. How would you feel if I told you that most of what we've been conditioned and brought up to believe about food and health is simply wrong? We've all heard, don't skip breakfast, it's the most important meal of the day. Never sunbathe, it causes skin cancer. Eat 3 meals a day, and eat little but often, and so many more, and all are wrong. Some of the biggest health misconceptions of modern times. Primal Cure is here to challenge these misconceptions and unveil the truth about weight loss and how to improve our health and ultimately our longevity. Steve Bennett, the author of Primal Cure, details the picture as it unfolded for him on his journey to restoring his own health and well-being after spending his adult life overweight.